is a nice 18-kilometer run. We're going to be doing 6 times 2 kilometers, 12K, with a marathon pace. After that, I'm going to be studying because we got my last exam of the semester tomorrow evening. So, gonna get that baby over with, and then we're going home. I'm going home. That's where I'm going. Take me home. And when I'm home, I'll be able to plan, organize, facilitate, and perform my required duties of physical activity and energizing y'all with a passion every day a little bit easier. I'll be able to eat my breakfast. I'll be able to have warm meals prepared for me for dinner by my father. Thank you, Marty. Absolute legend of a man. Thank you, Sharon, as well, for doing some of my laundry sometimes. That's very helpful. We really got to be thankful for our parents for doing this kind of kind, unappreciated work that people are often too lazy to really realize their parents are doing for them, especially if you're too busy playing video games all day or on Cornhub, But this life is a little bit exciting now. I'm super excited to see what is to come in these next couple months of summer. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to find part-time work back home in Ottawa for May and June while I'm finishing up my taper and finishing up the training plan for my first ever marathon, but it will be done and it will be easier with the nutrition being readily available for me. So I'm excited to get out of this room and get off of campus. It's been a pleasure and an absolute wonderful opportunity for growth for myself, and just to see how I can perform as a student in an environment where I know absolutely no one. And I think it did take a little bit of time to adapt to my new circumstances, but I think that is completely natural. So I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to accept it for what it is. You can't have a victim mentality. I've been listening to a lot of content from producers like Nick Bear. I recently listened to his podcast on training for the Speed Project 330-ish mile run from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. Absolute insanity of a race that's unsanctioned, of course, but that could be on the bucket list in the next, 5-10 years, but there's no rush. We're taking it one step at a time, and right now, my step is to become the best runner I possibly can. Through nutrition, through training, through all of the practices that I have in place as a personal trainer, and through my support system, hopefully I'll be able to rely on them to provide me with all of the motivation and support that I will need when I'm in a tough place. But so far, so good, and no complaints right now. So I hope you guys are doing just as well as me, and have a good one. Have that koach, have that strength to continue, and I'll see you guys all in a little bit. We are back, baby! And it is my favorite part of the day, post-run recap. Now, I want to let you guys know that today's run may not have been quite as long as I had initially set out to make it, but it was 14 kilometers long, and I did still put in 8 kilometers of quality work, sub 450 miles, or not 450 miles, I'm not that speedy quite yet, sub 450 kilometers, and I'm feeling good. The legs are feeling very fresh after a workout like this. Even at the beginning of March, I want to say I would have been feeling quite sore in my quads, quite sore in my calf muscles, but I think it's just consistency and effort being put in, and I'm proud of myself because I feel the results. they're not just visual. Your results are never going to be just visual. There's so many aspects to results. And that's what I want to talk about today, results. Because I think a lot of people have a perception of what they will feel like when they get the results that they want at the beginning of their journey. And I've been listening to a lot of creators lately. I don't want to call them influencers because they're not influencing my perspective. I think they're just kind of enhancing it and allowing me to see a little bit clearer what exactly I believe as my core values and what I want to put out there for the internet to see as me. So I'm really starting to discover that the work, the journey, it is super enjoyable, but there are a couple of aspects that'll make it so much more enjoyable, and you'll be able to realize it, realize how enjoyable it is. And I think a lot of people have difficulty realizing that they're actually enjoying what they're doing. And I think that they might have a perspective that it's taking away from other aspects of their life. But I think that building, even if it does take away from aspects of your life while you are young, I'm only 23 for those of you who don't know. I think that you can build and you're allowed to kind of be in your own work and realize it. But you have to realize that it's for you and not for anyone else. I had difficulty doing that when I was younger. I think I was trying to prove myself to maybe my parents, to friends. I think it was kind of right after university, or right after I went to Algonquin College for fitness and health promotion, and COVID started. I didn't want to go to university during COVID right away, so I took a gap year in Israel volunteering. And I became obsessed with running. And it really was a major part of my life during 2020, 2021. And I was building something incredible. I was running at least 40 kilometers a week from November onward, after I was able to get out after quarantine. But I think I was a 20-year-old male. I was really incapable of kind of absorbing the information that I was doing myself, I didn't realize what I was building. And I think that kind of made me take it for granted. And taking your growth for granted can be extremely dangerous. And I think it did become extremely dangerous in my own life. So I got distracted again when I moved back home. It was still COVID. The world was still in a weird place. I was in a weird place, not knowing exactly what I wanted to do. But I think that if I was able to realize what I built through running and my fitness journey after I graduated, I think I don't really want to say I wish that I kept on building, because I do think that this struggle helped me kind of realize where I went wrong. And I don't think that if I didn't have that struggle, I would be able to kind of reflect on the past couple of years in the way that I have. So if you guys are kind of feeling lost, like I was, if you're building something, hold on to that, because you have to realize it. You really have to. And I think you'll appreciate it and your work and your effort and your consistency in the long run. So I just wanted to get out here and say that. Tomorrow I'm going to be out on the road again with another 18-kilometer run. Easy again. We're stacking up the kilometers. We're going to hit approximately 90K this week, give or take. And I'm going home. So see you guys soon. And have that koach and keep striving for greatness. Keeping it big. Keep your mindset big, because that's the only way forward. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.